Hi, yes, strange title. Candida, cancer, death. Why? My mother died. The day that I knew was going to come one of these, days, but however much you think you're prepared for it, no matter how old you are, when you lose a mother, it's quite hard. And I've been back and forth to London from Australia for many years now, and since she started getting quite sick with cancer and all the pills that she was popping for it and the treatments she was having, etc. So, 86, people say it was a really good innings, but I would have liked her to hang around a bit longer. But it wasn't the case, and after I was in Tasmania, I went to Melbourne and spoke at the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival, which was fabulous, and then travelled up the east coast of Australia, driving. But then I got a few phone calls and left my car, jumped on, I think it was 5 flights, and got to London and missed her by 7 hours. So I said goodbye to her in the morgue, which was quite strange because I'd held her so many times when she was sleeping or sick, but unconscious or in a coma or whatever. She's always been in the body, when I've held her. And this time I held her and put my cheek against her cheek, and it was all cold and like smooth and I looked at her and I said, "You're not there. Okay, where are you? Because you're not there." And it's totally different. It's the first time I've ever seen any shell before, dead body or whatever you want to call it. But it's a mantle because Mum was not there. She's now everywhere. The reason I want to share this with you is not to dwell on my pain and suffering, which has been a bit. 3 weeks is today that I got here in London and organised the funeral, which was last week. But what I want to share with you is how when these things in our lives happen, how they affect the body. So what I wanted to do when I kind of got that this was all going to happen, I wanted to stop all my protocols. And I wanted to see how far I could take my body and see how it would react to this situation. It reacted as much as I know what I know, and things are the way they are. I get that. And yet, within, I'd say, maybe 48 hours, the left side of the tongue started swelling. Then the right side of the tongue started joining up and went white. Then my right ear got filled or whatever, it blocked. I couldn't hear for 5 days, 6 days or whatever, it was ridiculous. Mucus started appearing both in my head and and from my gut. I experienced, I was on overdrive and really going for it, but I definitely felt my body going into this kind of breaking down feeling as such, exhausting, not feeling like doing anything but carrying on anyway. And this is sometimes how we react in our lives to what's going on, whether it's work and we're constantly busy and pushing forward to get a project finished, etc., or moving, that's stressful too, going through breakups of friendships, breakups of relationships, all these sorts of things. All of these take tolls on our body, and we really got to get that if we don't make conscious decisions, okay, I feel the pain and suffering, I feel the sorrow, I feel the loss, and I think it was Thich Nhat Hanh who was talking about how to deal with anger. If you deal with anger like a baby and you pour love onto it, but have it apart from yourself as a part of yourself, it has less likelihood of having an effect, a cellular effect on the body. So that's what I started practicing. I started practicing feeling that pain and suffering, feeling that roller coaster. You know, when you wake up in the morning, I was waking up in the morning and my mother's not here anymore. I'm not going to hear her voice anymore. I'm not going to see her. There's another roller coaster. And I get that people would say there's nothing wrong with sorrow and it's good to grieve. Absolutely. And I did. I actually turned my phone on when I was in Dubai. And that's when I found out I'd missed her. I had 5 more hours to fly. And I was a mess getting onto the plane. But when we relax with whatever energy it is, you know, the losing of a loved one, etc., we're not fighting or in flight. So the cortisol levels don't have a chance to rise. If you don't get that that's not important, okay, because it really, really is. So I started, really, really practicing breathing through this and allowing it to just come and go rather than saying, no, it mustn't be, no, it isn't. It is. There's nothing I can do to change it. Absolutely nothing. But I can change how I react to it. So it's just been accept. Apart from the fact I keep hearing it everywhere in this house. Everywhere. It's been quite cool, actually. I haven't changed my diet. I've kept up with, the one thing I have kept up with is the iodine. So that's an important one. It's such a brilliant antifungal. My diet has pretty much stayed the same, and so that's been pretty good. And then I started seeing everything abate, all slow down. All the symptoms started slowly going away. And no turpentine. Now I am going to take turpentine again because I can feel it again on this side of the head. So that I'm just going to knock that bit off a bit, you know, and then bring myself back on to the bicarb soda vitamin C magnesium mix that I've been doing, as well as the sulfur, as well as the boron. And I'll get back onto the turpentine oil garlic infusion that I made because, it's good. It's okay. And I'm just going to see how that goes. Too many yums, I'm afraid. So the reason I wanted to share all this with you was to say, you know, these things in life are going to happen. Know that they will affect your life, they will affect your body and the way it behaves. And know that you can do something about it. You can create change. It saddens me much when I speak to intelligent people who on an everyday level will get most things, and they'll listen to me talk to them about, you know, how cells are affected by their environment, how we think, you know, the thoughts they're sending to the brain, whether it's cortisol they're going to send out, and endorphins and dopamines. What we eat and drink, if we're going to feed our body full of sugar, alcohol, etc., you know, pasta, grains. I don't take any grains now. Or whether we're going to have a lifestyle of, you know, stress in the office, stress in the relationships, friendships and personal. And, you know, how we breathe and exercise. If we don't really get that that's important, I don't know. Oh yeah, so the thing that I blows my mind is when you're sharing this with intelligent people, go, oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I've heard about sugar not being good. Yeah, but I love my alcohol, or I love my this and I love my that. Okay. But just because you're fit and healthy now doesn't mean to say there's not something else going on inside. So that's the one of the things that I guess I'd like to put out there. So please do your saliva tests regularly and see how you go. The other thing I'd like to put out there is that I had an email from somebody who, and I'm going to do a Q&A where I'm going to answer all the questions that have come to me. I've just been really consumed with all of this stuff with my mom, and now I'm dealing with probate and all her affairs, and it's quite time consuming. I need to get back to me. I need to get back to you. I need to really, but there's a lot of things coming up. I want you to know that getting free from the ravages of Candida fungus in your body is possible. Absolutely. I totally believe that. Is Candida cancer? Yes. Is cancer Candida? Yes. Another doctor on board who actually was looking after my mother. So I've had conversations with him, and he's meeting up with me soon, hopefully. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also going to contact again my mother's oncologist, because I managed to have a 15-minute conversation with him and it went really well. I'm gearing up now to put a program together for the Health and Wellbeing Cruise that I've been very fortunate to be invited on. That's with Dr. John Bergman. If you haven't, if you're going to be in Miami in February from the 21st to 28th, that's when it's traveling around the islands. This will be the second cruise I've been on, and the first one was with Dr. Bruce Lipton, who was amazing, and he read my book and got me up on stage to speak, and that was really cool. So this one I'm going to get more of an opportunity to share, and in the mix of the people there with Dr. John Bergman, there's another chiropractic doctor, Dr. DeWitt, and there's another. I think there are another couple of speakers as well. It's going to be a wonderful sharing of knowledge, with everybody, and awesome opportunity. So I'm going to do a video which I shot. I'm going to put a video out there which I shot in LA. I'm blethering on again. I know I can. Anyway, all the best to you all. Please keep going with what you're doing. And I will do another video after the next one and answer a few of the wonderful questions that have been coming in. It's so good to see the results of people and the way that they're changing their lives and feeling good about themselves. Yeah, may it continue. So I've got to get back. I've got to get back into this, and get the next video out, hopefully in the next few days. All right. All the best to you all. I'm blethering on. See ya. Bye.